welcome back to Hand Collectibles for another Fanhome review and tutorial. Now, as you can see, we're back with the last two issues of this pack of the 1989 Batmobile. So as you can see, we've got issue 25 and issue 26. We've got issue 25's parts and issue 26 parts. So light lens, bit of wiring, pretty cool. And these will be the last two issues obviously in this pack before the next one arrives. So without further ado, let's have a quick look at issue 25. So here we have issue 25's parts. So as you can see, we've got, looks like two more discs and another piece in there to put together. We'll move it to one side and we'll have a quick look at the book like we normally do. So, Bruce Wayne's training. There we go. Training with Ra's al Ghul, and as you see, left disc compartment and two discs. That's what we're putting together in this one, and look what this will look like when it's complete. Very, very cool. So looks like we've got a bit to do in this one. Here we go, the Dark Victory. Batman 1961 there, so we moved on to 61. And there we go. So without further ado, let's get the parts out here and see what we're working with. Okay, so here are all the parts of issue 25 laid out, and as you can see, we've got the disc holder. We've got two more discs to build, and then we've got some A screws again as well. So maybe there ain't so much to do in this one, but without further ado, let's see where we've got to start putting this together. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put both these discs together. So as you can see, it's the same as the two we've already done, but it's going to line up the lugs and push them together like so. Fairly easy. Let's have a look. There we go. So that's them. Really cool looking parts. Okay, so the next step is we're now going to put the disc launcher in. As you can see, it fits in this hole here, and you have to go in at an angle. So slide it in and put the two lugs at the end like so. So it should just sit like that, so nice and flush in this gap here like that. Okay, so the next step is we're going to bring this part back in, and this is going to lay right over the top of there and then drop onto, there's two lugs at the bottom here. It's going to drop onto them two lugs like there and there. Let's get that on. So there and there, and this is going to be held in with, yep, you guessed it, two A screws. So one there. And then we'll get another one out as well. There we go. Okay, just going to hold this in place, and then I'm just going to do these up. As tight as I can go without doing any damage or cracking the plastic, because they're going into a metal thread, but it is a plastic piece that they're putting in, so it's in pretty tight. Back that off a little bit, take a bit of pressure just off that. Right, so that's not moving about at all. I'll roll it over to the other side, just see, there we go, and there we go. So that's that out, and then back in. And you just put your thumb in there, take that out there. That's pretty cool. Right, and then as you can see, this part that we've just put in, there's two magnets there. So we also have this part which can go in there, like so. Why? I don't know why that's like that. Why it's an extra piece you put in. I don't really know what that does. But yeah, definitely pretty cool. So what have we got left to do? Okay, so what's left to do is actually, we're just going to put the discs in. So, it says 3 go at the back, like so. And then 1 drops in that front one there, like so. Then open it up, and there's your discs there. Wow, that's very, very cool. And then back in. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this issue, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so here we have the final issue in this package. So we've got issue 26. As you can see, we've got issue 26 parts. So we've got some wiring and some headlight to do. Then we've got issue 26 itself. So if I just move the parts to one side, have a quick look through the book like we normally do. So the Batcave, Batman Sanctuary. And you know, anybody who follows the Nolan films, how it evolved from Batman Begins to Dark Knight Rises. Very, very cool. And the tumbler, really, really, that's a cool shot. Okay, so here we have left headlight. So we've got some wiring loom. Got these parts. We've got a couple of screws here. We've got the lens and the reflector. And putting this together, and then where it sits on the car. Son of a Demon. Batman 1962. We're back with the world's finest. And there we go. Okay, so without further ado, let's get the parts for the last issue laid out. Okay, so here's all the parts for issue 26 laid out. So obviously we've got a couple of G-screws, we've got a wiring loom, we've got the iconic yellow lens for the front of the car. We've got this little reflector, and then we've got these, which I believe are obviously light holders. So we've got 2 large ones and a small one. So there is 2 the same and 1 that's different. Okay, so the first step is we're going to put this light lens in. As you can see, it will and should only go in one way. So put this in. So, and we can just push this thing as close to into place as we can get it. There we go. So that's in like so. Hard to show you that. That's the light lens in. Very, very cool. And what we're going to do, we're then going to put this in as well. So it's got 2 lugs here and here. So there's 2 holes here and here. So we're just going to get that inserted in there, and then there's 1 hole for a screw here. And that is going to be held in with a G-screw. Get that in place. Just turn that on that way. So make sure that that's not moving about, like so. No, it's not. Okay, so the next step is we've got these, obviously all marked C, so I think they're all the same. So we've got these 3 lights. So I'm going to bring my Mike Lane tester in. We can test these lights before we actually put them in, just to make sure there's no issue. So in the 2 pin, as you can see, there we go. That's that one works. That's the second one. That one works. And then we'll just test the last one as well. There we go, press the button. There we go. Some nice yellow LEDs. Take that to one side. You know, for the guys that ain't seen one of these before, so look, please do go check out Mike Lane. So this is his Test Circuit Pro. It's really good for testing all your lights while you've got them in, to make sure they're all working correctly, and kind of helping you kind of track down any issues if you have got your working lights. But yeah, really cool piece to have. Makes the job nice and easy, as you've seen today. So go check him out, and we'll bring this back in now. Okay, so if I bring on the lights in, so this is what they are. So you need to bend it like an S shape to get it in, like that. And we're going to insert this one into the holder, like so. Other way around, Trev. Like that. Hang on. Yep, like that. And then we're going to take the short one of these, and with the gap up on the top, we're going to push this in this way. And that's there to hold that in. I'm going to do the same with the next one. We'll bend it down and bend it round like so, and then we're going to put that in that hole like so. Then we're going to take one of the longer ones, we're going to push that in right there, and then we're just going to get the last LED, bend that down like so, and round like an S shape, and then we're going to insert this one in as well. Here we go. And we're going to put this last holder in like that, and they're there to hold the LEDs in place. As you can see, that's all three of the LEDs in. Track them all together. No doubt they'll have to run all the way up the wing like that, so pretty cool. Okay, so just so you can see what it looks like with the lens in the arch, so there we go. As you can see, I've got the Test Pro kit, so I've just got one of the LEDs lit up, and there you go. That's already quite bright, but imagine what it's going to look like when it's got 3 LEDs all lit up. Really cool. Look at that. Yeah, really happy with that. You know, really is coming along nicely. So bright. And as you can see for this issue, all working correctly, all connected up, and they're complete. So hey, that does bring us to the end of this issue, and the end of this video, and the end of this package. As always, please do like and subscribe to the channel. Like I say, it really does help. Please do leave a comment. I do read them, I do reply. But yeah, as always, your collection, your rules. See you next time.